How do both teams kind of handle this when something goes on? Will it dissipate, and can they compartmentalize?
Well, it happened at the coin toss, which is rare, right? I mean, usually if guys have issue, it's going to happen when the whistle stops. It very rarely happens during the play. You're going to go afterwards, you'll have some words. But he walked out during the coin toss, so Eric Reid was very upset with Jenkins and wanted to make it be known that he did think he was a sellout by his own words. And I think as you're getting into this from a team perspective, as you have to make sure you don't get distracted and it takes away from winning, guys getting thrown out early, because that could have gotten escalated in a hurry. And you see Reid is emotional, and he's upset about it, and that's conviction down to his core.
Yeah, you can see it.
Yeah, you can see it. So the frustration was real for him. He spoke his mind. He played with himself. He had you and I both saw it the same way. That looked like an interception to end the game.
That would have been
somehow they didn't see it that way. I thought Jenkins handled it very well after the game. Post game, again, just saying, listen, I respect the man. I'm glad he's back in the league. We're going to leave it at that. I'm not going to speak ill of him. I appreciated the way they handled it, because again, if cameras aren't there, these words can be said, but right at that moment, this thing could have gotten way out of hand. I thought both did a good job just to let it go away. But listen, you can tell this isn't just going to dissipate, right? They're going to have issue with each other, but hopefully it never, it doesn't take over a football game or take over even outside the game as well.
Right.
It's very frustrating for this football team. In Tennessee, Booch, they allowed the Titans to come back. They were up 17-3 in that game. In this game, they're up 17-0. And the bottom line is, from a schematic standpoint, just from an X's and O's standpoint, they can't convert in the fourth quarter on offense because they don't have a consistent enough running game. And they can't get teams off the field on third and fourth down because they don't have enough in the secondary, and they're not getting after the quarterback in the fourth quarter. That fourth quarter pass rush that was here on this team last year is not here this year.
Sal Paolantonio live in Philadelphia. The Eagles have Jacksonville and London next week, Carolina and Baltimore, so they both have tough opponents. Jeff, they just don't look like a championship team. And, of course, obviously, championship teams do a lot of things well. They convert on third down. They close out games. So what's going wrong? What's up?
And Sal just said it, right? Think about the Tennessee game. How many three fourth down conversions again today? You got a 4th and 10. You got to close this thing out. I mean, but when you go back to the head coach saying, hey, I'll find a better way to find better plays, you had 13 plays in the fourth quarter, 1 run. You're up 17 points, man. I don't care if you can't run it. Run it to eat clock. I mean, you're seeing this team, when you talk about plays, it's not scheme, it's situational football. When you have that ability to go after and get it, you can't sit down at the podium later and say, hey, I'll figure it out. It's not about scheme, it's about executing. Even if you got a punt, you're still eating clock up and not allowing this team to win.